If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 57 of the Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 15. After rather calmly dispatching Benfica in the previous round of the Europa League, we're into the round of 16 and we're up against Turkish side Fenerbahce. As you can see in the top right, that's where our particular game is situated on the board. So we'll be taking on one of the better sides in Turkey. Obviously, I don't tend to play Turkish teams too often. I've played Galatasaray previously in a career mode. It may even have been last season in this particular career mode in the Champions League. But Fenerbahce are a side I've not faced before. Obviously, they've got Emmanuel Emenike up top, and he's going to be a thorn in my side for the majority of the game, you would think. We are playing a bit of a rotation side. Of course, fixtures are coming thick and fast now at this stage of the season with the latter rounds in European competition, in the league, and in the domestic cups as well. Of course, we are still involved in the FA Cup, and actually the second game in the episode is in the FA Cup. But Eduardo Vargas brings that down brilliantly, gets past the first man. That dink over the man as he slid in was absolutely godlike, and Eduardo Vargas turns inside, slots it home, and that is one of the best solo runs we've scored on FIFA 15. I didn't tell him to do that dink over the man as he slid in. I just tried to turn around the challenge, and he instinctively dinked it over the top of the sliding challenge and continued to run on at full pelt. It was an incredible run from him, and I was delighted to have taken a 1-0 lead, especially considering, of course, it's away from home, and away goals are incredibly important in European competition. We got a 2-1 win at home in the Benfica two ties, of course, so they got the away goal, but then we, of course, annihilated them back at the Stadium of Light in Lisbon, so we were definitely always going to be strong favourites for that particular tie. But 1-0 up here, and then as you can tell from the remaining highlights that we've had so far in this first half, Fenerbahce came on very strong indeed, and that was the closest they've come so far through Emenike, sweeping it towards that bottom right-hand corner. But what's the keeper's technique there? I really don't like that animation where it just looks as if he's just trying to push it away from his crotch more than anything else. That was actually the same technique that he used in the Benfica game when they scored their one away goal, when they toe-poked it through Rudiger's legs. That was the same technique he used to just kind of push the ball back out into open play in front of him. I really don't like that animation. But as you can see, on the half-hour mark, they've picked up a free kick on the edge of the box. It's Chanara keen to crack it, and he does hit the bar off the top of the woodwork, and that definitely is the closest that Fenerbahce have come so far to getting themselves an equaliser in this game. Continually, they're coming forward, as you can see. Topal plays it in backheel, lovely backheel into Emenike. They do get the ball in the back of the net. He wheels away in delight, but you can see the crowd is motionless. It hasn't changed on the scoreboard, and it takes him until he gets the corner flag to realise, sorry, Emmanuel, you were offside. Goal not given. Lovely backheel from Topal, but you can see as it freezes just there, it's so close because he is only literally an inch or so the wrong side of the defensive line. But despite the fact that Fenerbahce annihilated me, we were able to come away with a 1-0 win. But look at the stats. They're only on screen briefly because I didn't have it on screen for long. 1 shot, 1 goal, 1 victory. 1-0 away from home. I did not deserve that victory whatsoever. So as we come back to the FA Cup now, like I say, it's the quarter-final question mark, I think, of the FA Cup now. We're at home against Manchester United. It's definitely one of the biggest games of the season. It is the quarter-final. Spurs are through 3-1. Arsenal are through 2-1. Not sure what the final... Well, Chelsea-Brighton will have to go to a replay, won't it? Because it's the FA Cup. I was thinking of the League Cup and extra time and pens, etc. But that one will go to a replay, and we'll hope to avoid a replay here against Manchester United. Obviously starting my strongest lineup in this one, because obviously with it being a double-header in the Europa League, I felt comfortable enough to play my rotation side in that one, so I could have a full-strength side for this one, and then maybe start a stronger side in Fenerbahce for the second leg. But as you can see, they're starting James Wilson and Nick Powell up top. Really didn't understand that decision. Not only were they starting Wilson and Powell up top, both of them, as they started the game, only had about 60 or 70% stamina as well. I don't know where Wayne Rooney or Robin van Persie or Radamel Falcao or any other strikers might be in that squad, but they're going with their two kids, so I was hoping that that was actually going to, kind of stunt their growth going forward, stunt their attack, and we would actually be able to get ourselves a decent victory, although David De Gea so far, as you can see, is putting up his best performance to try and keep us out. We'll have the corner as well. Douglas Costa wins the header. In fact, it may even have been Jordan Henderson there, the CPU-controlled Jordan Henderson, that won the header, but Again, David De Gea with a good save, but Daley Blind gets through this tackle here from Danilo rather easily. I was quite disappointed with that. But Marquisio stands it up, and not David De Gea, Angel Di Maria beats the goalkeeper Stefan Ruffier to it, and Man United, on the back of some really dominant play from us, find themselves going 1-0 up. And I was thinking to myself, are Man United going to do to me what I just did to Fenerbahce? Well, they're not going to do exactly the same, because they've actually had a second shot in the game, and Angel Di Maria this time draws a good save out of Stefan Ruffier, and we were able to keep the lead at just 1-0. But Coutinho plays the ball into Studs here. Nice turn, and then an even better turn to get around Rojo into the box, and he's always going to finish from there. A gentle, tidy, slotted finish, guiding it underneath the keeper into the bottom corner. We're back on level terms in the 52nd minute. They made 2 changes, bringing on Will Keane and Nani for Powell and Wilson, so still don't know where RVP or Rooney are. So I made a couple of changes for myself, bringing on Stevie G for Gundogan and Emre Can for Coutinho. I actually put Gerrard up in the cam slot and had Chan sitting alongside Jordan Henderson for the remainder of this game. But Sturridge continued up top, brushes off the challenge from Smalling. They gets it into Stevie G. Bit of space, why not give it a crack with Steven? And unfortunately, David De Gea makes a good save. Good, solid, strong, powerful strike from Steven Gerrard there. Just unfortunately not quite got the angle to beat the goalkeeper. So we're literally heading into stoppage time right now. Studs gets it around the corner to Douglas Costa. Fires his shot. Good save by De Gea. Drops to Sturridge. Another good save, but it drops free. Douglas Costa puts Liverpool into the semi-finals of the English FA Cup. I'm not really too sure what happened with David De Gea and Daniel Sturridge there in the melee after his second shot or second save. I think they just collided, and it meant that David De Gea was slow to his feet, which opened up the opportunity for Costa to run in and tuck it into an empty net. So we do get the 2-1 win and are through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Thrilled to do so. The question is, can we get through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League? Of course, 1-0 up from the opening leg, but we're going to need one hell of a better performance than we put in the opening leg away from home if we want to make sure that we get through to the knockout, not to the knockout, we're in the knockout, to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, because Fenerbahce, that was actually the toughest game I've played this season with this Liverpool side away from home against Fenerbahce, starting a similar side to the one that played away from home in Turkey, and we'll be hoping that they can do the business in this one, unlike they were able to in the first. Well, I guess they were able to do the business, just not necessarily in the manner in which I would have wanted them to do it. But Fenerbahce started the same side as played in the first game. Obviously, Chanara Keane, the left back, and Bruno Alves back there in the defensive lineup. 4-3-3 with Raul Morales in the midfield. Musa Sal, Emmanuel Emenike, and Topuz out wide on the right-hand side. The question was, though, were we actually going to be able to play better against them? I felt kind of, because I was now more experienced against them, I felt like I could combat their specific playing style a little bit better in this one. We had the first chance, again, in the early stages through Eduardo Vargas. The save was made this time by Demiral. He wasn't able to score, but as you can see on your screen, we have managed to win ourselves a penalty. Ulker is the man that took down Morgan Schneiderlin in the box. Ball's gone away, and he doesn't get anywhere near it. He just completely wipes out the Frenchman. So it's a penalty to Liverpool in the 12th/13th minute. It's going to be Isco to step up to take it. The best penalty taker in the 11 on the pitch, and he hits the inside of the post, and it goes clear, and Fenerbahce are going to get it away. So that really put me on the back foot. I was thinking to myself, well, 2-0 really would have put the game beyond any reasonable doubt. I felt confident that Fenerbahce weren't going to score 2 against me and go through on away goals. But now that it's still 1-0, I still felt nervous. But as you can see, we are still being quite dominant. Vargas sets through here, plays it through the defender's legs. And if Demiral hadn't read that pass, Heung-min Son was right there at the back post, ready to poke it home into an empty net and give us a 2-0 lead on aggregate and really cement our place in the quarterfinals. But we're still trying to create some chances in the first half. We're playing a lot stronger this time than we did in the first leg, which really pleased me. Isco with a good header, but Volkan Demirel again makes a very, very good save to ensure that the lead stays at 1-0 on aggregate and 0-0 on the night. Fenerbahce pushing forward now to have their first chance in a while in this first half. Raul Morales involved as well. He's going to try and stand the ball up. Emenike underneath it had a goal disallowed in the first leg, and Mattia Perrin disallows him this time around, denies him the opportunity to give them the away goal they crave so much. Can't quite reach Emenike with this lunged tackle there, but he breaks into the box, stands it up. Musa Sal with a header back to Topal, who hits the bar. It drops free. It pops out again as Perrin dives towards it and can't get it away, but fortunately it breaks out of the box, and then the referee blew for half time. So into the second half we go. 10 minutes into that second half. Can we get ourselves a chance to get a goal? Not Emenike. Jesse Rodriguez goes on a really nice run. Tanner Aquino knocks him to the ground and clears it away, so we'll try and build from the throw-in. Or so I thought. Jesse Rodriguez goes across to pick the ball up, and obviously I was going to try and take a quick throw in, but then he drops it and goes and shouts at the referee. Not really too sure why he dropped it and shouted at the referee, but then it wouldn't let me go and pick the ball up again. You see me trying to either pick it up or just kind of putting the power on there to try and to force him to play the ball. I also tried to pause it, make a substitution and come back. Didn't work. That was what the game was going to be like for the remainder of the kind of 35 minutes that were left. So we drew 0-0 at home against Fenerbahce and through to the quarterfinals, but that was very, very peculiar circumstances. And it was actually, because it technically was the ball was out of play, the clock actually ticked in real time. So it was like the 57th minute, and I genuinely had to sit there and watch it just tick down whilst the players continually tried to walk up to the ball and then walk away and then walk up to the ball and then walk away for genuinely like half an hour. It was so infuriating. I just carried on messing about with stuff on the PC and being on Twitter, etc. But fortunately, I guess we're through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We're still top of the BPL as well, as you can see, although the gap has been cut to 1 point, although obviously we do have a game in hand because there was no league action today. So tomorrow we'll be back in league action, and I'm not sure actually when the quarterfinals have been scheduled for. We might have more European football tomorrow, we might not, but definitely going to have some league action. So we'll try and extend our lead again. We've got 10 games left of the BPL season to secure that Barclays Premier League title for Liverpool for the first time in their history. It'll be the first time they've won the Barclays Premier League, and it'll be their 19th top division win all told if we're able to win it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that will bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you might have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the Career Mode Road to Glory series, which will return to you tonight, or of course the My Player series, which went up last night and will return tomorrow night. If you don't know what and when I upload, then there is a description. There is a description, but there is also a schedule in the description down below, so you can see what and when I upload on a regular basis. Of course, 2 FIFA videos every single day, as well as the Football Manager streams uploaded as well, of which there will be another stream tonight. So check the link in the description to my Twitch if you want to follow me over there to make sure you don't miss out, and to my Twitter as well, so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on with me, and I can stay up to date with everything that goes on with you. So that will bring today's episode to a close. So thank you very much for watching. Career Mode Road to Glory later on tonight, and a stream this evening.